Again. Okay. So back to it. These are the Wilds of Eldraine spoilers from August 16th. This is a few more days ago. So starting off, we have Virtual Loyalty. This is one that we saw in the last video, but this is the non-extended art version of it. So we'll just reread this real quick. So it has Adventure of 1 and a white, instant adventure. Create a 2/2 white knight creature token with vigilance. And then on the backside is 5 for an enchantment that reads, at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Untap those creatures. So this effect is really strong, really good. And the fact that it's just in mono white, you don't have to dip into other colors for this kind of effect, is pretty good. I would probably pair this with green, just because of the Ozolith. The Ozolith would make this put you 2 +1/+1 counters at the end of each turn. So that is really good. Giving all your creatures quasi-vigilance is really good. Like, this is a very strong card, but I am curious if it's going to see play. We'll see. Okay, next up is the Virtue of Knowledge. For 4 colorless and a blue, we have an enchantment with the adventure Ventress Visions. Instant adventure. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets for the copy. Okay, so you just copy a spell. No big deal. Other side. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Okay, so it does the same thing as, what's her name? Elish Norn. The one that is like a 4/7. Yeah, it just doubles all comes into play effects. So not bad. Let's see. Then we have Blossoming Tortoise. It is a 2 colorless and 2 green turtle with absolutely stunning art. I mean, just look at that. Beautiful. It is a 3/3. When Blossoming Tortoise enters the battlefield or attacks, mill 3 cards. Then return a land card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Activated abilities of lands you control cost 1 less to activate. Land creatures you control get +1/+1. I like it. I like it a lot. It's a little expensive, but it does a lot for that cost. I mean, you look at the part here that says activate abilities of lands you control cost 1 less to activate. So that is directly talking about manlands. It's talking about your Mishra's Foundries and like all the new manlands that are coming out of this set. So that's a direct benefit right there. Land creatures you control get +1/+1. That is just extremely solid, especially if you play Simic. Because Simic gives you access to Tatyova, it gives you access to Jalrail, and those are both creatures that care very much about manlands and creatures, or lands becoming creatures. So yeah, this very well could be a role player in a land creature attack deck. Yeah. So I'm personally going to be keeping my eyes on this card. It's really strong, I think, at least. Anyways, next up, Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Okay, we talked about this in the last one, but again, real quick. 2 colorless, legendary artifact. You may spend mana, as though it were mana of any color, to activate abilities of creatures you control. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And then finally, it's tap, exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. So, like we said before, this serves so many purposes. I mean, we get it. It's only 2 mana. It's a legendary artifact. It distributes +1/+1 counters. It acts as great sideboard tech for reanimator decks, or just any deck that wants to play in the graveyard for a little bit. It can even be played in the main board because it's colorless. Any deck can play it, and it could just be played as like your just a card that fits this theme. I mean, you can absolutely build around it and just happen to have something that screws over Reanimator decks, or just keep it as a sideboard card. But yeah, I think this card's going to be very sought after. It's really strong. Okay, moving on, we have Farsight Ritual. This is 2 and 2 blue, instant, and it has Bargain. Bargain reads, you may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast this spell. So, again, my personal favorite mechanic of the set. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. If this spell was bargained, look at the top 8 cards of your library instead. Put 2 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. This might as well just be a tutor. I mean, you're looking at 8 cards off the top of your library. You're very likely going to find what you need in those top 8. So I'm just going to call this Blue Diabolic Tutor at instant speed. This is good. It's really good. I like it. I'm going to play it. Lord Skitter's Blessing. For 1 and a black. This is very interesting art. I like this a lot. Yeah. It shows that Lord Skitter is not just sentient, but intelligent. I like it. I like a smart rat. Reminds me of Secret of Nim. Okay. So, 1 and a black, enchantment. When Lord Skitter's Blessing enters the battlefield, create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. Okay. And it means enchanted creature gets +1/+1. When this aura is put into a graveyard, each opponent loses 1 life. Well, that answers my question. They are auras, because it says when this aura is put into a graveyard. Very nice. I like it. I really like this roll mechanic. Really good. Okay. At the beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, you lose 1 life, and you draw an additional card. Oh, shit. This is just a better Phyrexian Arena. Oh my god. Yeah. No, this is good. We're going to be playing this. We're absolutely going to be playing this. It enters the battlefield, create a Wicked Roll token attached to target creature you control. Beginning of your draw step, if you control an enchanted creature, which you do because of the Wicked Roll, you lose 1 life, draw an additional card. And Wicked Roll also happens when you cast I'm Not Dead Yet. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're playing this. Absolutely playing that card. Okay, Spectral Mortality. We talked about this one before. We'll talk about it again briefly. 3 colorless and 2 black for a 3/3 flying Spectre. When Spectral Mortality enters the battlefield, you may exile 1 or more creature cards from your graveyard. Oh yeah, it has to be creature cards. Yeah. When you do, each other creature gets -X until end turn, where X is the number of cards exiled this way. Okay, so that makes this a little bit less good than I thought it was. I thought you could exile any card, not just creature cards. So it is still decent. You're probably not going to get more than -3/-3 from this when you play it, just from basic statistics. So, but yeah, it's good. It's mass removal. Yeah, it's decent. I was a lot more hype on this when I thought you could exile any card. But if it's only creature cards, then this card is not nearly as good as I thought it was, which is a shame. Great art on that, though. Okay. Scalding Viper. 1 and a red for a creature elemental snake. Steam Clean, Sorcery Adventure. 1 and a blue. Return target non-land permanent to his owner's hand. Okay, so it's a bounce spell. And on the other side, for 2 mana, 2/1, whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana value 3 or less, Scalding Viper deals 1 damage to that player. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. Hey, you punish people for trying to go wide. Yeah, I like that. Good. Thunderous Debut. Okay, this just looks cool. Okay, let's see what this does. All right, 6 colorless and 2 green. A really expensive card. The artwork reminds me of Tooth and Nail. Bargain. You may sacrifice an artifact, enchantment, or token as you cast this spell. Look at the top 20 cards of your library. You may reveal up to 2 creature cards from among them. If the spell was bargained, put the revealed cards onto the battlefield. Otherwise, put the revealed cards into your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, you're going to be bargaining this every single time. So, yeah, this is a fantastic card. You look at the top 20 cards of your library. So, again, you're basically tutoring for 2 things that you need right now. And you just put them right on the table. So, let's say you're playing some kind of like green-red ramp or a Traxa ramp or anything like that. You dig up a Traxa. You dig up a Tolly. You dig up a Skyscraper. It's so strong. It's the cost is insane, but ramp decks are actually pretty good right now, so this can actually really go off. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. Okay, next up we have the Restless Cottage. Okay, so this looks like our manland for Golgari. Restless Cottage comes into the battlefield tapped. Add a black or a red. 2 colorless, black, green. Restless Cottage becomes a 4/4 black and green horror creature until end of turn. It's still a land. Whenever Restless Cottage attacks, create a food token and exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Yo, that's really good. It makes a food token that you can then use to sacrifice for either health or for bargain. And it also eats a card in an opponent's graveyard. If this doesn't find its way into every Golgari deck, I don't know why. This is really good. This is a good card. Big fan of that. All right, Cursed Courtier. So this is a 2 colorless and 1 white for a creature human noble. Lifelink. When Cursed Courtier enters the battlefield, create a cursed roll token attached to it. Enchanted creature is 1/1. And its original power and toughness is 3/3. So, what we can do with this is we can cast it, and when we cast it, we cast another spell that has bargain on it. And that's how you get rid of the cursed roll token off of Cursed Courtier. So then it will be a 3/3 with lifelink, and that's it. Yeah. That's pretty solid. Yeah. I think we'll definitely see this in some kind of like bargain list in draft. I do not think we're going to see this in standard at all. No. Okay, another rat here. Lord Skitter's Butcher. Again, I'm getting those Secret of Nim vibes, and I'm absolutely here for it. 2 colorless and a black for a rat peasant. 2/3. When Lord Skitter's Butcher enters the battlefield, choose 1. Create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. You may sacrifice another creature. If you do, scry 2, then draw a card. Creatures you control gain menace until end. Creatures gain menace until end turn. So this is the card that you're going to play right when you need to make the kill. So like you fill your board with just a ton of rats, and then you drop this. Everybody has menace. Game's over. Yeah. Really, really strong. I like this card a lot. For only an uncommon, this card does a lot. Embereth Veteran. Okay, let's see what this is. We have a Human Knight for 1 red mana. It's a 2/1. 1 tap or 1 comma, sacrifice Embereth Veteran. Create a young hero roll token attached to another target creature. And that's the one that says, whenever this creature attacks, if its toughness is 3 or less, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all, actually. Yeah, for only 1 mana, it's a 2/1, so it's already a good card. And then it has this effect right here that you can just activate whenever you're worried that your creature's going to die. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Monstrous Rage. For 1 red mana, instant, target creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn. create a monster role token attached to it. If you control another role on it, put that one in the graveyard. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 as trample. Okay, so the monster role is +1/+1 and trample. Not too bad. Target creature gets +2/+0 to end turn. So it actually gets +3/+1 and trample. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So then here we have Twisted Fealty. 2 colors in red, sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature, it gains haste until end of turn. Create a wicked role token attached to up to 1 target creature. So it gives +1/+1, and if this aura goes to a graveyard, each one loses 1 life. Okay. Alright, yeah, so this is just like your basic threaten effect that has the upside of creating a wicked role token on one of your other creatures. Yeah, not bad. We've definitely seen worse. Edgewall Inn. Land. Edgewall Inn enters the battlefield tapped. As Edgewall Inn enters the battlefield, choose a color. Tap. Add 1 mana of the chosen color. 3. Tap. Sacrifice Edgewall Inn. Return target land or target card that has an adventure from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, so it's got some adventure synergy. Ice Out. 1 blue, instant, bargain. This spell costs 1 less to cast if it's bargained. Counter target spell. Okay, so it's a bargain counter spell. Yeah. So it's either a cancel or it's a counter spell. One of the two. And this is another one of those things. Like almost every set gets their own version of cancel without it being cancel. Healed a bit an ice statuary from all those who couldn't understand. Go away. That's valid. Johann's Stopgap. 3 colorless and a blue for a sorcery. It has bargain. This spell costs 2 less to cast if it's bargained. Return target non-land permanent to his owner's hand. Draw a card. Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I wish it wasn't sorcery, though. Make it instant speed. Conceited Witch. Okay. So 2 and a black. You have a creature human warlock that is a 2/3 with menace. It has an adventure. Price of beauty is 1 black mana. Create a wicked role token attached to target creature you control. Oh, well, that's kind of boring. Yeah, this entire card is really boring. Yeah, we'll have to move on. Rat Out. 1 black mana, instant. Up to 1 target creature gets -1/-1. Until end of turn, you create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. Okay. That's really funny. Hold this for me. Hey, catch. Yeah, give something -1/-1, and then you make a rat. Yeah. I'm really liking all this not warehouse. Freudian slip. All of this rat synergy stuff. Okay. Warehouse Tabby. 1 black creature cat. It's a 1/1. Whenever an enchantment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, create a 1/1 black rat creature token with this creature can't block. 1 and a black. Warehouse Tabby gains Death Touch until end of turn. Okay. That's not bad. I don't think we'll play it, though. Ratcatcher Trainee. Oh, no. 1 in red for 2/1. And it says, as long as it's your turn, Ratcatcher Trainee has first strike. Okay, so that's good. And then the adventure spell is Pest Problem. For 2 in a red, instant adventure. Create 2 1/1 black rat creature tokens with this creature can't block. Okay, yeah, so it just makes more dudes. Beanstalk Worm. Wow. Look at that art. That is beautiful. 4 and a green for a plant worm. 5/4 with reach. It has the sorcery adventure ability of plant beans. You may play an additional land this turn. Oh, okay, that's just silly. Return from the wilds. So 2 colorless and a green. Let's see what it does. Sorcery. Choose 2. Choose 2. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it on the battlefield. Tapped. then shuffle. Create a 1/1 white human creature token, or create a food token. It's an artifact with 2. Tap, sacrifice this artifact. You gain 3 life. Okay, that's honestly not that bad. So for 2, you're almost always going to be choosing the go get a basic land. So from there, you just have to choose what's more important to you. Is a 1/1 white human creature token more powerful, or is a food token more powerful? Yeah, very interesting. It's not bad for a ramp spell either. Not bad at all. All right, Root Rider Fawn. It's a Satyr Scout. 1 and a green for a 1/3. It taps to add a green mana, or 1 and tap, add 1 mana of any color. Okay, so she's a little bit of mana fixing. That's pretty good. Scalding Viper. We saw this one already. Then we have Beseech the Mirror. Oh, hang on just a moment. All right, there we go. Back in action. All right, Beseech the Mirror. So it's 1 colorless and 3 black. Sorcery. Bargain. Search your library for a card. Exile face down, then shuffle. If this spell was bargained, you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana value. Cost, if that spell's mana value is 4 or less. Put the exiled card into your hand if it wasn't cast this way. Okay, that's really good, actually. Yeah. So for 4 mana, 4 mana, you have, at sorcery speed, the ability to go get anything out of your deck and cast it for free, so long as you threw away like a single thing. It's really good. Yeah. I think this is mythic rarity for a purpose. Realm Scorcher Hellkite. So we got a dragon here. It's 4 colorless. Oh, hang on. Our whole thing is being a butt again. Okay, can you hear me? All right, sweet. Okay, so this is Realm Scorcher Hellkite, 4 colorless, 2 red, creature dragon. Let's see what it does. Bargain, flying and haste. It's a 4/6. When Realm Scorcher Hellkite enters the battlefield, if it was bargained, add 4 mana in any combination of colors. 1 and a red, Realm Scorcher Hellkite deals 1 damage to any target. Okay, this is good. Bravo. You guys made a good dragon. Yeah. You bargain it, so it's going to come in and give you 4 more mana. So you can immediately either use the activate ability to deal 2 damage to anything. Or you can use that mana to cast something more relevant. A better removal spell. Or maybe a draw spell or something. Yeah, really good. Yeah. And it has haste, has flying, has the evasion. Attacks as soon as it drops. Really good. I like it. All right, Blossoming Tortoise. We saw that one already. Agatha of the Vile Cauldron. Okay, let's take a look at this. So for a red and a green, legendary creature human warlock, 1/1. Activated abilities of creatures you control cost X less to activate, where X is Agatha of the Vile Cauldron's power. This effect can't reduce the mana in... Hold on. This effect can't reduce the mana in that cost less than 1 mana. Okay. Then 4 red and green. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain trample and haste until end of turn. Oh, okay. So you just drop that down to a red-green with this out. Hilda of the Icy Crown. It's 2 colorless, a blue and a white. Legendary creature human warlock. Whenever you tap an untapped creature an opponent controls, you may pay 1. When you do, choose 1. Create a 4/4 white and blue elemental creature token. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Or scry 2, then draw 2 cards. I think in most cases, I'm just going to be making these golems, these 4/4s. That's probably her best ability. I mean, unless like you just have like a ton wide board, and it's actually more beneficial to put a +1/+1 counter on everyone. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Especially if you pair her up with her crown to tap things down. All right, Farsight Ritual, we saw that one already. Lord Skitter's Blessing, saw that. Elvish Archivist, okay. 1 colorless and a green. Creature, Elf Artificer. It's a 0/1. Whenever one or more artifacts are put into the battlefield under your control, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Elvish Archivist. This ability triggers only once each turn. Whenever one or more enchantments into the battlefield under your control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah. And something to note, though, is artifact creatures, enchantment creatures, that will trigger off of this. So let's see here. Whenever one or more that's artifacts, enchantments. So there is a very good enchantment list already. Let's see if this would make the cut in that. Whenever one or more enchantments are into the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Ability only triggers once a turn. Yeah, not nearly good enough. Thunder's Debut, we saw that. Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender. Oh my god. Such great art, too. Legendary artifact creature, Food Knight. 3/1 for 2 mana. Sir Ginger, the Meal Ender, has Trample, Hexproof, and haste as long as an opponent controls a Planeswalker. Okay. Whenever another artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on Sir Ginger and scry 1. 2 taps sacrifice. You gain life equal to his power. All right, that's pretty cool. I think I'd rather just keep swinging with it, though. All right, the Goose Mother is next. This is our Goose Hydra. Honk, 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 honk. X green blue. 2/2, flying, legendary creature, bird Hydra. The Goose Mother enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. When the Goose Mother enters the battlefield, create half X food tokens. Round it up. Whenever the Goose Mother attacks, you may sacrifice a food. If you do, draw a card. See what's next. We have Ariette of the Charmed Apple. That's some interesting art. Weird choice. Legendary creature, human warlock, for 1 colorless, a white, and a black. Each creature that's enchanted by an aura you control can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. That's cool. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of auras you control. Okay, so she drains based off of auras. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Rowan, Scion of War. 1 black, red. Legendary creature, human wizard. 4/2, menace. Tap. Spells you cast this turn that are black and or white cost X less to cast, where X is the amount of life you lost this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. Now, I can definitely see this having some some combo potential, some good synergies. Suppose you guys are black and red. This turn. Yeah, no, I could definitely see that. So you just keep it up as a blocker. You don't attack too much with it. If your opponent hits you too hard, you can use that ability then. Yeah, it looks okay. Honestly, the art looks better than the card itself. Okay, then we have Evolving Wilds and reprints. We have... Okay, I see. These are the tokens. This is Cursed. So, Cursed, token, enchantment, aura, roll. Okay, so it's all of those things. Enchanted creature. Wow. I am losing a little bit of my pizzazz right now. I'm gonna have to take a break pretty soon. But we'll finish this up. Okay, so this is the Cursed token. It says enchant creature. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 1/1. And then flipped over. Let's flip our head over real quick. It says enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. When this aura is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. It's a good card. And then we have Monster, which is just the monster token. Oh, oh. Oh, there's 2 tokens here. That's the monster token, and on the upside down side is the sorcerer role token. Okay, cool. Then we have the royal token and the young hero token. Okay. And then sorcerer, monster. Okay, and this is just them flip back upside right. Okay. So let's get past all of these. Okay, so now we see the Enchanting Tales reprints. So just skip past this part. Okay. Bitter Blossom. Ray Effect. Oh, I miss Ray Effect. That's such a good card. Ray Fact. Necropotence. Ooh, great art on that. Look at that. Blood Moon. Repercussion. Compressions. Sneak Attack. I'm going to get you. Defense of the Heart. Dawn of Hope. Frank Sanity. Let's just keep on going. Leyline of the Void. Oppression. I remember Oppression. Good card. Man, there are a lot of these. Holy hell. Leyline of Lightning. Mana Flare. Hard Scales. Nature's Will. Airy. Come on. Scroll. There's so many of these. Oh my god. Okay, that's all of that. Finally through all that stuff. Oh my god. All right, yeah, that is the spoils for August 16th. So next up, we're going to be looking at the August 15th.